So today we're going to be filming episode 2 in the Beginner's Guide to Car Cleaning series. So we're going to be doing a practical demonstration, washing my Audi TT with the products that we showed in the previous video of what sort of products and tools you needed to buy to clean your car. I might throw a couple of extras in as well that I like to use. Today's an incredibly hot and sunny day, so we're going to do things in an order that's suitable for doing things in direct sunlight. If it was a lot cooler and cloudy, you could get away with doing a couple of bits at the same time, but today the aim of the game is going to be to stop water spots. It's going to be a bit of a nightmare, so it should be interesting to watch. So if we look at the condition of the vehicle as it stands, hopefully you can see that it's caked in dust at the moment. So these are the products we're going to be using. At each step I'll go through how we're going to use the product, which products we're using. I'll leave links in the description. Obviously feel free to choose your own. This video is not endorsed or sponsored in any way. I've selected all of these products myself. We're just going to be doing the exterior today. The interior will be on a separate video, and we're not looking at polishing or removing swirls and scratches. We're just doing a basic car wash. This would be the car wash that you typically do every week or every other week, however often that you want to do it. So we'll get stuck in and we'll start with the wheels. So for the wheels then, we're going to use Bilt Hambers Auto Wheel, which is a water-based wheel cleaner. This will dissolve all of the iron particles and all that sort of stuff on the wheels. It's relatively inexpensive really for how much you use, and then I'll leave a link for it in the description below. So the first thing to do is to spray it onto the wheels, and you'll see it goes on clear, but how you know when this product is ready for either agitation or rinsing is it'll turn purple. So we'll just give it a couple of minutes. So these wheels weren't particularly mucky to start with, but hopefully you can see, if we go in close, that the product's now ready to be agitated. So it's been on there for probably 1 to 2 minutes. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to clean the inside of the wheel with a wheel woolly before we agitate around the spokes. So we've agitated the inside of the wheel there with the wheel woolly. The next thing we're going to do, we've got a bucket with normal, just run-of-the-mill shampoo. It can be any car shampoo really, as long as it's pH neutral, safe for the wheels. And we're going to agitate around the spokes with the noodle wash mitt. So we've gone around the spokes, we've nearly finished with the first wheel. The last thing we're going to do is we're just going to go around the tyre with the Tough Shine brush, and then we're ready to rinse. So we've finished with the first wheel, we'll just rinse it off and then we'll go around and do the other three. Like I say, these wheels weren't that mucky to start with, but if they had been, obviously you'd now be noticing a big difference. So we'll just rinse the wheel off, just using a hose pipe rather than a jet wash. Makes a little bit less noise. That's one wheel done. We'll do the other three and then we'll move on to the next step. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to snow foam the car. So this will act as like a pre-wash effectively. We've got it linked up to the Karcher jet wash. So in this snow foam lance, which is from Clean Your Car, or a lot of these snow lances are very similar. We've got about 1 inch of snow foam in the bottom. We're using Clean Your Car snow foam, and then we've topped the rest up with water. So like I say, it's really hot today, so we'll leave it to dwell only for a couple of minutes because you don't want it to dry on, then we'll rinse it off. So obviously the purpose of this stage is to loosen all of that dust, dirt and grime, so that when we rinse it off and then go on to the contact wash, it all comes off a lot easier. So we're going to leave this to dwell now, probably only for a couple of minutes or so. You can see already that it's really starting to evaporate and run away from the paintwork. So if it was winter or it was a lot cooler, you'd be able to leave this on for a good 5 minutes and probably get away with doing the wheels at the same time. But because it's so hot, we've done the wheels first, and then we're just going to give this a couple of minutes and then we'll rinse it off. So we've left it about 3 minutes now, so you can see this is now ready to rinse off. If we leave it any longer, it's likely to start drying on, then we'll have a problem trying to remove it. So we'll get this rinsed off and then we'll get ready for the contact wash stage. Okay, so we've got that fully rinsed off now, so the next thing to do will be go on to the contact wash stage. But just to show you how important it is to do a pre-wash with the snow foam, you'll be able to see that all of the dust and dirt that was there before is now already more or less gone. So any danger of grinding that dust and dirt into the paintwork's now been removed. So the contact wash will just get those final more ground in pieces of dirt and dust away. So the shampoo we're going to be using is Meguiar's Gold Class. It's a little bit expensive, about £17 for this big bottle, but you only need 4 capfuls per wash. So even if you wash your car every week, it's probably going to last you the best part of a year, I'd say. So we've got the 2 buckets. We've got the wash bucket and the rinse bucket. So left bucket's going to be full of just cold water. Right bucket's going to just be the shampoo and then water for the rest. And then we've got the 2 wash mitts, because I've got my glamorous assistant helping me today. In the left hand bucket we've got a Meguiar's lamb's wool wash mitt and then just a cheap Amazon wash mitt. So just a point to make that obviously we're not using the wash mitt that we used for the wheels, that's now going in the wash. These are fresh wash mitts for washing the car. So one point I forgot to mention is that at the bottom of the buckets we've got the grit guards. Obviously when you're dunking the wash mitt back into the bucket, any grit, stones and stuff like that that fall off, they'll go immediately to the bottom and then they can't resurface. You'll notice as well we're using wash mitts, as I mentioned in the previous video. You don't want to be using normal car sponges, because then you're going to get all kinds of dirt and grit stuck on the surface, and then the next time you go and touch the paintwork you're likely to drag that down and inflict more scratches and swirls. So when people look at the paintwork and they see swirls and it looks like a hologram or a spirograph, what people don't realise is that all of those scratches have been inflicted 90% of the time through bad washing and bad drying. So it's really important that you use 2 buckets, one for rinsing, one for washing, and use a proper wash mitt. What we're going to do today is we'll use one wash mitt to do sort of the lower quarter of the car that gets generally a bit dirtier, and the other wash mitt will do the higher regions. So we'll do probably one panel at a time, and then every time you've done a panel, go back and rinse your wash mitt in the rinse bucket, collect more shampoo, and then carry on until you've done the whole car. So we'll go and do that now, and then we'll rinse it off as quick as we can before we end up with loads of horrible watermarks. So we've done the contact wash in absolutely record time, because we're trying to avoid as many water spots as we can because of the hot weather. So we'll just quickly get this rinsed off as quick as we can, and then we'll move on to the next stage. So the next thing we're going to do, which is a bit of a cheat and a shortcut really, is we're going to use a spray sealant. This one we're going to use P&S Bead Maker. I've already done a review video of this product, but the benefit of this product is it can be sprayed directly onto wet paintwork. So we're going to be applying a sealant and drying the car at the same time. So essentially what we're going to be doing is spraying this on, buffing it off with a drying towel, and then just follow that up with a final buff with a really soft microfiber edgeless cloth. So this will give really good protection to the paint. You can already see, I do apply this regularly, and you can already see the beading on the back window there, but this will give good protection for a good couple of months or so, as long as you keep on top of regular washers, and it'll help get rid of some of those watermarks if there is going to be any, and also it'll really help with the water repellency and the water beading. So again, we'll have to get this done as quickly as we can, because if the water dries onto the paint, we're going to get horrible watermarks. So we didn't get much of an opportunity to go over how to use a lot of these products because we're battling the sun so much, but I thought I'd concentrate on this product in particular because it's so good, and like I say, you can spray it on wet paintwork. So you want a couple of sprays per panel, and then if you're spraying it on wet paintwork like I just have, I find it works better with 2 cloths. If you're spraying it on dry paintwork, use a little bit less product and you only need 1 cloth. So it's so good because of its hydrophobic properties, meaning it repels water. It actually helps the water to sheet off the paintwork while you're drying and applying this product at the same time. So hopefully you can see the results we've got here, how glossy the paintwork now looks. And what you'll find with this product is they say leave it around, just quickly reading the back of the bottle now, I think you're supposed to leave it a couple of hours without getting any water on it, leaving it out in rain and stuff, because it gets glossier and glossier as time progresses. So if you came back in an hour's time, you'd actually find it was even glossier than that. But that's took probably 5-10 minutes to apply. Do that every other time, and you'll get really good results like that. So the next thing we're going to do is we're just going to quickly wipe over the wheels with an old cloth, and we're also going to apply tyre gel to the wheels to gloss the tyres up a bit. So I've just wiped around the wheels with a cloth and the tyres so that they're dry. For the tyres, we're going to use this Meguiar's Endurance tyre gel. I've only used it once. I found it to be really good. I prefer the gels to the sprays because when you use the sprays you end up getting it splashed all over the wheels, and then you end up having to wipe the wheels again. You don't get a lot of tyre sling with this either. So tyre slings, basically, once you've applied it and you're driving down the road, you don't want the product to be spraying off all over the bumpers and stuff like that, and then the next time you get out and have a look, you've got tyre gel sprayed everywhere. So to apply the tyre gel, you want a foam applicator pad like that. You want a small amount of the gel, and then you're just going to work it into the tyre. So it might be difficult to see the result on the camera, but once that's had time to soak in, you'll get a really nice gloss. If you wanted more of a matte finish, you could just quickly wipe over it now. That'll last a reasonable amount of time, longer in summer than it would in winter, but once you've done all 4 wheels, you'll get quite a good result. So I think that's just about us finished for what I'm going to call our maintenance wash. Probably took about 30 minutes or so in total, so a really good, quick, safe wash that you can do every week, every other week, or however often you want. I think you can see the results there. Plenty of protection on the paintwork. Lots and lots of shine coming through. So, like I say, we've not focused on polishing, scratch removal, swirl removal in this video, we've not done the interior either. We're going to do those on another part of this series of videos, the Beginner's Guide to Car Cleaning. So this is episode 2. This is the basic guide on how to clean your car safely without inflicting scratches, avoiding watermarks even in direct sunlight like this, and how to get really good results. So if you've enjoyed this video, please do like and subscribe to this channel, and if you've got any comments, obviously please leave them below.